Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to show you how I got this look using the new MAC quad. This is the collection they did for, I believe it's Pedro Lourenco. I'll have it listed down below. I'm not exactly sure how to say his name, but I kind of bypassed that collection until I saw this quad and I was like, yes, that has to be mine. And when I posted a look using this on Instagram and my blog, so many people were like, I hope you filmed a tutorial on that. And I initially didn't, but I went back today and filmed one for you guys. So this is a limited edition quad. There are two permanent shades in this quad, so you may already have them, and then there's two limited edition. So Pink Sands is the first one. It's a matte pink shade. I believe this one is limited edition. All That Glitters, which is a permanent shade. Then this one is called Rose Cloud, which I believe again is limited edition, and then Sable, which is obviously a permanent one, very popular shade from them. And I just love the packaging of this quad. It's got that beautiful gold plate in it. And I believe that it's really similar to the Naked 3 palette, like a smaller version of the Naked 3 palette. So if you guys don't have that palette yet, this is a great kind of, you know, smaller version of it. And this is the look I'm going to be recreating for you guys today. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get into the tutorial. The first shade I'm taking is Pink Sands, and I'm taking that on a Sigma E40 blending brush. I really love this color for a base shadow because it just has that really nice kind of light pinky haze to it. Ironically, even though the name is Pink Sands, it actually doesn't show up too pink. It just has a really nice soft finish to it and actually helps neutralize my eyes a little bit more. Then I'm going in with MAC's All That Glitters, and this is basically just a really shimmering nude color. I'm taking that on a Sigma E25 blending brush, I believe. I'll have all of the brushes listed down below, but I love using this brush for my kind of lower lid colors. I think it packs on shadow really nicely, and All That Glitters is just a really nice, beautiful, everyday shimmering nude color, and I just really have been loving it lately, especially for like my inner lid or inner corners. It's just been my go-to shadow. Then I'm taking Rose Cloud, again on the Sigma E40 blending brush, and I'm using this as my outer corner and transition color. I think it is just such a gorgeous, light, cool tone brown. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it just gives you that really nice transitional color that everyone wants without being too dark. And I think it ties in perfectly with this look because it does have a little bit more of a cooler undertone to it. I'm taking Sable, again, I think this is an E35 blending brush. I'm not exactly sure for the numbers, but you think I would know by now. I've owned these brushes forever, but I never look at the numbers. But I'm taking Sable on the blending brush, and I'm basically just placing this in the outer corner of my lid. A little trick, if you have hooded eyelids like I do, I can never get my eyeshadow even on both sides of my eyes. So what I do whenever it comes to the outer corner is I keep my eyes open. That way I know what the shadow is going to look like whenever I just naturally have my eyes open, because I can tend to close my eyelid kind of like I'm doing right now, and that kind of doesn't map out the shape of my eyelid whenever it's open. So a little trick is just to kind of keep your eye open if you want kind of a symmetrical look on both eyes. Then I'm taking Brulee. This is also by MAC. This is from a completely different palette that I made previously from buying the limited edition palette, but I'm just using that as a highlight shade on my Real Techniques base shadow brush. You can use really just any kind of matte, bone, or vanilla color. Next, I'm going in with Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Whiskey. These are my all-time favorite eyeliners. They stay on all day, they don't smudge, and they're super easy to apply. I'm just taking that on my lower lash line in the waterline, and I'm also going to tightline my eyes with it. Since I do have more of a hooded eyelid, I like to apply my eyeliner really thinly because it does tend to transfer onto the top of my lid. So I'm just going to apply just a little bit of that as close to my lash line as possible. Then I'm taking Sable on a Sigma pencil brush and blending out the lower lash line. And then I'm also going to take Sable once again and blend that out on the top lash line.
Moving on to the face, my favorite part, I'm going to be taking my favorite foundation, as you guys know, which is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Foundation. I'm wearing the shade Bare Natural, it's number 7, and I've still been getting a lot of questions on the Real Techniques buffing brush in my videos. You cannot buy this brush individually, guys. You've got to get it in the Real Techniques core collection. I had a lot of people say that they bought it individually at Ulta, and I believe that's going to be the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, because to my knowledge they have not released the buffing brush out individually yet. The only brush that you can buy as far as foundation goes is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It's a little bit too firm for my liking, and it doesn't buff the foundation as good as I like, but if you like using that brush, then that is definitely fine. For my concealer, I'm taking the Bare Minerals Correcting Concealer in the shade Medium 2. This is another brush I got a lot of questions about. This is the Sonia Kashuk Pointed Foundation Brush, and it's made for foundation, but it actually blends your cream concealers out really nicely. This was about $6 or $7 at Target. To set that, I'm taking my Bare Minerals Summer Bisque Powder Concealer on a Real Techniques contour brush. Even though this brush is made for contouring, it is absolutely amazing for setting your under eye area as well as your T-zone. Then I'm taking MAC's Cream Color Base. This is in the shade Hush, and this is basically a multitasking product. You can use it as eyeshadow, you can use it on your cheeks, you can use it as a base for anything. What I like doing is taking a stipple brush and applying that where I would normally put my highlight, and it makes a really gorgeous base for your powder highlight. So if you just like a really nice kind of glowy look, this is a really good base to put down first. Then I'm going in with MAC's Cream Blush. This is in the shade Brit Wit. It's a really pretty, just neutral nude blush. I've been really into cream blushes lately, especially for the summertime. This is a little bit light for me right now. I know if I was probably a shade or two lighter than what I normally am, or what I am currently, this would probably show up just a bit better, but nonetheless, it is a really pretty, just nude, kind of lightweight blush. Then I'm going in with a Bare Minerals Ready Bronzer in the High Dive, and I'm using that to contour with. The brush that I'm using is from Coastal Scents, I believe, and this brush was just super cheap. I got a couple of their brushes back in, I think, around February, and the brush itself just, it kind of looks really cheap, but I literally have not stopped doing my makeup with these brushes. Like, I have used them every single day. I use them when I travel. They have been holding up amazingly. So I think this is like a blush brush from them, but again, I'll have all the brush links listed down below. If you're in the market for some new brushes, these are really inexpensive and I just can't get enough of them. Then I'm taking my BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is the pressed version in Opal, and topping off my matte cream color base. For lips, I'm using my absolute favorite nude lipstick. I literally cannot with this color. It is so gorgeous. This is called Blankety, and again, it's by MAC. I know a lot of products I'm using in this video are from MAC, but if you watched my previous video, I mentioned that I now have a pro card from them, so I've been going a little wild. But the gloss I'm using here is their lip gloss in Cultured. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed the look, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!